My friend. This song is called Streamside. It's by a group or an artist named The Album Leaf, I believe, or Album Leaf. Long story short, cute song. I really like it. If you're a finger picker, you're really going to enjoy this one. And I think that this backdrop is super appropriate. If you don't know who I am, which I'm a nobody, but you haven't seen this channel yet, please subscribe. Enjoy it. Join the music community, maybe become a member, support my dream of being a musician. Here we are. If we're going to play our standard 6-string, we're going to turn it into a different tuning. We're going to have a lower D note. So if you know that these are named the 6th string, go to your 4th string and find the D and play it and make this low one sound the same. You can leave the 5 string as it is for the A, but make sure when you do your down tune, everything sounds good. That you D, E, F sharp, G, A. That's supposed to be tuned to a 5th. Our A goes up to our D, so that's of course the opposite of that. Perfect 5th, the opposite of a perfect 5th is a perfect 4th. So when we do this, our A, B, C sharp, D, and then our D is gonna go to an F sharp, not a G. So absolutely we're gonna be having a major 3rd here. And then after that, our F sharp, when we go to our A, F sharp to an A, so we should have F sharp, A sharp, C sharp if we're going to get a major 3rd. So this is another minor 3rd. And then from our A, we're going to go all the way up to a D. So again, we're going to have a 5th. Gorgeous. The chords and the notes we're going to be playing essentially are going to be our secondary finger and our 3rd finger, middle finger, and our ring. Going to be on the 6th string, and then on the 3 string. When we do this, we're going to pluck this generally, and then we're going to be playing a finger style pattern in between it. So get accustomed to just hearing that chord, super sweet. We can move that up to 7. Very nice. Move that up to 9, but then instead of moving this, keep this one as your root foundation. Move this from our 3 string to our 2 string. Gorgeous. And then move that down to the 7. You're going to be using this a lot. The other notes we might hit are going to be at the 5. We're going to walk this down to have 2 4th fret notes, but we're again going to move that up to the 2nd string. Niceness. And then we're going to be moving this to the 2 position and having a 2 and 2 on the 5 string and then on the 2 string with a lot of open strumming here. Here's what the pattern is going to look like. Let me show you my fingies by moving this forward, and I hope you enjoyed this song. I really did too. There are no words, but I found myself humming along. Also, I ended up playing it a little bit faster, so if I speed it, I do apologize. You should always try to practice a great piece of music like this with a metronome. When we play our lower note, open on the 2, and lower note is going to be played. So we're playing 2 notes at once for a harmony, pulling down through the note to our 3 string, and then we're going to be pulling through to our 4 string to get that open note there. Cool, huh? Pop open that high 1 string and then back to the 1. Back and forth between our 2nd and then our 4, and then we're going to move our fingerings up to do the same pattern. When we move up to get to the 9, remember to move that finger. We're going to be moving down to both of the 4s. Remember to move that finger over. Up to the 9s, you're already in a great position. And then move 1 finger up. Doesn't matter which one it is. I prefer my ring finger to hit the B string. But now we have it tuned to an A at the 12th fret. And you're going to be playing the low A up top. What a wonderful little run. That is the motif for the A section. Let's hear it again at speed. Actually, I think I was playing at speed. Let me play it slower so you can see it. That is the A section, fun. Second section starts with the 2nd fret movement. Again, play with your middle finger and your ring finger. Pluck both of those on the double A strings. And then we're going to play in between on our 3, 4, 3. And then we're going to go up to our 4. Don't worry about anything down here. Just play with an open string. We're going to play the same melody in between. Dun, dun, dun. When we go to our 5th, you're going to be playing your 5 and 5 as before. Dun, dun, dun. Go up top. Dun. You can even do a double pluck because those are the same note. Nice and open. And then we're going to do middle down to our 2. Up to our 5. That's at the end of our chorus. Here's what it'll look like. Our bridge goes all the way up to 12. We're going to be playing the open note structure for the 12. Open, 2 open notes are going to be played after the 12. So we've got open on the 12, and then we're going to pluck the 2 inner notes. So outers on the 5 string and the 2 string, and then pluck the 3 and the 4 string. Excellent. And then we're going to be moving that pattern after moving 12. And then we're going to move it down to 7. I like my first finger because, or I'm sorry, my third finger, because we're going to play the lower 7 as well. Times, then we move up to our 9, everything open, and then to our 5s. Then open. That's really the big release. And then a real quick 2, and then 4 and open. When we play the 2, to the head. That point, you go back up to the top and you do it all over again. What a groovy piece of music. This is great for fingerstyle to practice and just, I don't know, meditate on. Have fun with it. I'm going to try and play a little segment of it. Remember, these are only foundations. Make this one your own. Aloha!